Top 3 reasons to consider a new associateship. Hey, today I'm going to share with you a couple personal stories about what went wrong for some associateships that I had over the years. I'm also going to give you some takeaways so that way you can use those situations to hopefully avoid them yourself. First and foremost, the first office that I ever worked at. I'll never forget this office. I was obviously very inexperienced because I just graduated dental school, but I wanted to learn. The patient population here was educated. They were all young professionals and they had a very high dental IQ. The owner was not really willing to share patients with me. They wanted me to essentially build my own practice within the practice. So I was seeing patients, but I really had to maximize the opportunities at hand. A challenge here was that I didn't really know how to diagnose anything in the real world. My takeaway is not every opportunity that you go into is going to be a good fit for you. This doesn't mean anything is wrong with you as a dentist. It just means that the situation may not be the best one for you. This office was a good situation. I just wasn't experienced enough to maximize that. That's what ultimately led to it not working out. Number 2, a Medicaid or a high volume practice. So a Medicaid practice is an office that accepts Medicaid as the insurance. This basically means that the fees that you will get compensated for are going to be very, very low compared to other insurances. So when the fees are very low, the way that you end up making money is by seeing a lot of patients. I believe that Medicaid offices can be a great experience for younger dentists. It's a really good way for you to get exposure to seeing a lot of patients and really start to get comfortable with dentistry. My tip though is you have to go into this situation with the right mindset and you have to have good intentions. If you want to go in and focus on basic procedures while increasing your speed but maintaining high quality of care, this can be a great situation for you. If this helped you in any way, please drill that like and subscribe button. So a lot of dentists and Medicaid offices, like myself included, over time feel pressure to have to see and do more just to keep up. This is where it gets dangerous. The speed of the office, it burnt me out. I didn't like what I was doing and I really just wanted a better situation. I really felt like I wasn't getting enough time with my patients, like I was being rushed, and I ultimately felt like my quality of care was starting to drop. This is where I hit the eject button. Takeaway is Medicaid offices can lead to burnout very quickly. They can be good for experience, but you need to know when your boundaries are getting pressed and when it's time to leave. And don't forget, you can always leave a bad situation. Cherry picking treatment. So I worked at a private office later in my career and I thought it was a great opportunity for myself. I was being offered a relatively high base pay and the office was nice and the staff seemed super friendly. The owner said he was willing to teach me. The commute was like 20 minutes. I mean, this sounded like a dream opportunity. What could go wrong? Well, after 2 to 3 months of working, that glimmer and shine of the office and staff started to wear off. I quickly realized that the bigger cases that I was treatment planning weren't showing up on my schedule, which was confusing because when I was talking to my patients about the treatment, they were super interested, super motivated, and they really wanted to get going. So why weren't these procedures on my schedule? My schedule was also being filled with smaller procedures like little fillings and stuff that I wasn't even treatment planning. Come to find out, the owner had instructed the staff to schedule all big procedures with him and all small procedures with the associates. I mean, what the heck? That's not even... What? You must monitor your schedule as an associate. It sounds super tedious, but when you start working, you need to keep track of what you're diagnosing and treatment planning and making sure that it shows up on your schedule. Don't be afraid of the schedule. Yes, there's a lot going on, but the sooner you understand it and the sooner you understand the flow of the office, the better off you're going to be. There are good situations out there, I promise. Being inexperienced can lead to bad fits. That's just part of it. You have to do your job to educate yourself and put yourself in the best situation to succeed. But don't forget that you can always walk away from a job if it's becoming to be too much. Comment below on some bad experiences that you may have had as an associate. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video.